Hello, if you're there, I'm coming. Let's see, we can move this around. Hello. We are making the tea and getting ready to go. Um, uh-oh. My light magnet came out of my light. I don't know if it'll stay up there with one. Try it. Okay. Today we have the soothing sounds of the air conditioner instead of the creek because it's too hot to have the windows open. So that's a little bit of a difference. Oh, I need to get the computer on so I can see y'all. I just saw Jerry. Hi, Jerry. I think I saw somebody else, but it flashed by so quick. I have a crack on my screen protector, so I have like this halo effect going on. Is the air conditioner sound too loud? Hey, Allie. Happy Sunday, Eileen. Stamp. It's hot. I don't think it's humid here, but it's definitely hot. Where is my life? There it is. Welcome, welcome to YouTube's. That's not what I wanted. Your channel. That's what I want. All right, I'm live. Okay. Maybe I can see you guys' comments now. All right. Hi, everybody. Hi, Nicola. It's a very cold Sunday there, huh? You can't hear it? Can you all hear me? Oh, you can't hear the air conditioning. Okay. Whoo. Okay. That's good. Today's one of those days where I feel a little off, so apologies. I don't know how to control that. The tea water's ready, so I'm going to get that real quick. Hello, all. Ohio. Hi, Paula. Welcome. We are going to get to the art in just a second. I got to get the tea first. For those that are new, welcome. Lots of unexpected and appreciated activity on the channel. Yeah, unexpected. I don't know. Seems like the way it goes, but I stopped trying to monetize the channel and now it's going to be monetized. So, yay. But also, that's weird. Stopped I don't know. Well, last April, I stopped the channel for 4 months. And I think then I just kind of resolved that I wasn't going to do it to monetize. I was just going to do it because I liked it. And I decided if I was going to go back to it, it was going to be because I wanted to create art. And so that's where we are today. And money is good. Yeah, it's helpful. So I'm not mad about it. I just want to keep my vibe. I want to keep. Holy crap! What was that? Oh God! Did you guys hear that? A coffee cup fell. Thankfully, not my coffee cup, but well, it's my coffee cup because it's in the art bus, but it's not the cup I use all the time. I guess the water bottle bumped up against it and knocked it off its hook. But I'm not going to get up and go look at it because who cares right now, right? So, anyways, hope you all are doing well. Yep. I am going to turn the camera around uh, to do the art. So, um, I'm just making sure that I have my live going on the computer and see you guys chatting. Okay. So yeah, today's one of those days. My little orange kitty isn't feeling well, so that's on my brain. Um, but I want to create and not just sit there and stare out the window and worry about him. That's what I would do. That's how I go. So creating is better than doing that. And that's what we're going to do. I wanted to share something with you about art that I am new to learning. And that is, I have done commissions on my iPad, like digital. Let me turn this around. See here. Okay. Oh, let's get you set up so you're pointing the right way. Move this out of the way for now. Get this little thing back over here. Before, when I was just playing around in here, um, I remembered this tool. So this is Procreate, and this is not a Procreate tutorial, but the Procreate is the digital drawing app on the iPad. And I have discovered a little hack that I wanted to share with you in case you have an iPad. And of course, you could just Google this and do it online. But if you have an iPad, it's um, easier to interact with it. But they have a palette up here. And so the palettes can be from your photos. Like I can import a photo and it can make a palette, or I can just make up my own palette. Um, but another thing I can do is, use the hexadecimals that are like the web-based colors. But what's really cool is this complementary little tool. So you have complementary, so I can go around this and I can find the complementary color of any of these colors. But then I can go further and go to split complementary, which softens and creates more harmony and less tension. So it gives you like two opposites of yellow instead of, so I went to yellow. And so basically it's giving me purple and blue. And then, I have an instant palette that I can pull from to kind of make, if I wanted to use those values, so I just did a little get the scaries out thing because my feeling a little bit whatever today. So I thought I would just do a little messy thing with the neo colors. But anyways, when I was doing that, I thought that's a really cool hey Caroline, welcome. It's a really cool thing that other people might not know. You could go do this on Google, or if you have an iPad, $10 Procreate for lifetime access to, like, you get Procreate on your iPad and then you have it forever. But then you can also play with color schemes and layout swatches and stuff like that. So I really like that more than actually drawing on here. Um, I don't hate drawing on here, but I don't love it like I do drawing on paper, even though I have the paper screen thingy and I have all kinds of different brushes and stuff. But I do like drawing on paper better. But the complimentary thing was a cool little thing that happened to me today. It's fun. So, back to what we were doing last week. So you on the Procreate app, there are so many YouTube tutorials. This channel actually started as that, and I decided I didn't want to do that. I was getting out of the digital world after 30 years, and I didn't want to be like bending down looking at a screen. Anyways, if you just open Procreate and go to the little palette up here, then you can choose down here, value, harmony, and then that's where you see the complementary thing. That's the only tutorial part I'm going to show because I don't want to do a whole Procreate tutorial. But there are so many cool people that do that on the internet that, you can go down that road. Yeah. Um, okay. So last week I started this giant collage. On my video the other day, I made these little cards. I'm still in the card mode because I have 52 I want to make, and I don't know how many I'm at now, but I have a lot. I have this many. That's a lot. Oh, plus three more. So I have that many. Um, However, what I found is when it's large like this, it's a little bit more overwhelming. This is like a 9-inch by, hi Martha. Uh, I don't know, 9 by 11 or something like that. I don't remember now. But anyways, I started this last week on the live. 11. Yeah, I was right. Wow. So 9 by 11, and it's a lot bigger, so there's a lot more to do. But the other thing is I have some new cat sketches that I want to make. So I'm not sure which I want to do first. I think I'll work on this because if I don't, it'll become like the lost thing that never got done. And for everybody new joining the live streams, I just do my art, and people like to also do their art when they're watching, or they can just watch. Um, so I'm glad you're here, and we're going to get into it now. All right. I think it'd be fun to get winter, have some color on winter before we do much else, because I need some dopamine. Mm. When you're worried about your animals, kind of becomes, well, for me, it becomes consuming. But I do have that issue of focusing too much on the thing that's wrong and not enough on the thing that's right. Hey, Wendy, you're welcome. Let me see if I can get my thing more in the view here. Yeah. I would just do the basics. Try not to overwhelm yourself. Like with everything, if you try to, like, I need to learn how to make a beautiful painting in Procreate. Don't do that. Just Google, like, opening the app and creating, making marks and learning how to use your brushes. That's what I would Google first. But I probably shouldn't have done that right before I'm going to paint it. But anyways, the other day I used the crayon on winter, and then I also second card where I used just watercolor on winter. And so I think on this one, I am going to go with the purple. I really liked how that looked, and I might do some complementary, complementary, it's the word of the day, yellow for the sun coming down on him. Also, a few minutes ago, just before I hit live, well, thank you. I love the watercolor too. I found a glue stick on the floor, which I'd thrown away, but it didn't make it to the trash can. And it was open like this because it's trash, and all of this was chewed. And so now I'm like, there's a creature in my bus. That's not a big deal. Not a big deal. But it is a big deal. But it's also not a big deal. The big picture of things, right? Okay. Sandra has such long hair. I don't really know. It's like magical. It mesmerizes me. But today is one of those days where I don't feel very um, confident. I think because I'm just, well, I also haven't been sleeping that great. My husband's been getting home late from work, and that's changing my schedule and my sleep, and it's just an adjustment period. I'll get It's funny, I don't have a lot of tolerance for adjustment periods anymore. I used to have to flex on demand, like with my kids and my jobs and, all the responsibilities. And now, like, a little tiny schedule change has me all flustered for weeks on end, which is crazy. Right. Trying to be kind to myself about it. I figured out why the Neo colors have um, paper on them, because it gets all over your fingers. But I don't mind. I don't mind. It just feels different. Let's see, Winter Woo. How do we do your face? I think very minimal. mm, Something like that. I'd love to hear what y'all are working on today. Oh, I love that, Beth. Yeah, we do all of that. It's good. I It's an exciting time right now. Nature is growing and blooming, and I know I can feel I'm doing that at the same time, and it's really cool. So there's a lot of good things happening. Um, it's still a little difficult to not, take on the weight of the world that's going on, but focusing on art is really something I used to not be able to, get out of my own head enough to do art. And probably a year ago at this time, if I felt like I do today, I would have bailed and said I can't do it live. So I'm proud of the growth that I have, and because art and being around creative souls like you guys is therapy for me. So it's kind of selfish, but it's like I get a lot out of it too. I hear a lot of compliments about how much y'all like the videos, and that, and I don't want to cry. It means so much to me. And I'm so glad that they are resonating. But I'm also very aware that it's it's good for me too. It helps me. It works its magic in me at the same time. So that's kind of all I could really ask for. Sappy. A little sappy today. So we're not doing anything fun, Martha. We're doing adulting. That sounds lame. uh Trying your first flashcard collage. I'm proud of you. That's wonderful. Melissa, you're late. I didn't even notice. You're right on time, girl. Plain air April saw my other project in the hole till May. I know. I think that so I love doing plein air also. I'm a really newbie at it, but I did one last year. I did a video about it and I had a lot of fun. But it's funny that you said there's never enough time in the day because uh I feel that like I don't have I mean I have a little bit of an outside job. It's here at this property that we're on where I help with the property like 10 hours a week or something because my husband got a full-time job out off the property. So the hours he was doing here, he can only do a smaller amount now. But all that to say is still like if this was a real quote work week, it would be 40 hours, right? And then if I worked 10 hours on the property, then ideally I should have 30 hours to work on art. uh, I don't know where that time is, but I don't have that. Um, but I am thankful for the time that I do have. And I know that uh, once I get more adjusted to the schedule, which just changed for this week coming up now. So now I have another adjustment period. um, but yeah, once I get adjusted, um, I'm hoping I can do more art than I'm doing now. I feel like I'm not doing as much as I want to do, and I don't know why. I know I have the animals and household chores and adulting stuff, but it should not take, you know, it's more of a mental energy thing, I think, that I don't have. So this is really big fat lines that the little crayon gave me, but I'm just gonna not worry about it because my whole motto is to not worry about it. Just do it, right? It looks weird without a pupil. That's not gonna hold that up. Thank you, Martha. Let's catch up here. Beth's dipping her toe into mixed media projects and loving it. That's wonderful. Yeah, the process. That's really what clicked for me is enjoying the process and not focusing on the outcome. Well, I hope you do get down there to do a little bit of art, Martha. Caroline's been gluing jelly print papers to a piece of board, the start of a collage. Very nice. I've been wanting to get my jelly plate out, and I just haven't done that yet. I feel like I'm coming in here, um, and I'm thankful I get to come in here to make the art when I do, but I want to just come in here and play and not come in only for like getting my 100-day project done or doing a video, or making art for the video. Like they work together because I'm making art and I wanted that. I wanted to have those things working together, but I don't want it to be the end of that. I want to still come in here and create And that's my goal for when my schedule evens out a little, is that I can come in here and play and discover more, because I get to do it for the videos, but something happens where I don't come in here as much as I need to or want to. Probably both. I need and want to. Restarting it. Allie's restarting a stitching project that's been wallowing in your travel basket. Yeah, it's a little different when I'm making videos. You know, part of the thing is I don't want to do trending things, like find out what's trending on YouTube, or what's really taking off on YouTube art wise, and try to do that. I can't do that. And so um I'm really excited that I can do my own thing, and and I kind of stopped chasing what people were searching, and YouTube has a tool where you can see that stuff, and you can follow the trends or whatever. And so I'm happy that I can create and not worry about that, and some stuff that I like to do happens to fall into some of the stuff people are searching for, and that happens. That's a cool thing that happens. But I don't want to have to do that. I want to just be able to play, but also I want to be able to play off camera. I need to prioritize it, is what I need to do. My own self-care time. I think that's why I backed off the 100-day project a little bit, even though I'm still participating. I'm not doing one cat card a day anymore. Um, but I do know that the cat deck will get done, and it'll be fun. I want it to be fun. I don't want to lose that. And I have other things I want to explore. I like doing the cat collages. I have other collages I want to make. I have other ideas that come in my brain, and I just write them down and know that I'm going to maybe get there one day. Let's see. Martha's envious of those creators that can turn on the video and just play and create. Well, what did I use to glue down your collage pieces on the flashcard? Well, I didn't use Mod Podge because I tried that on one of my cards early on, and the Uniball ink pen, which I like, and it's the best, in my opinion, the best option to go over all the different mediums. The micro liners don't really do that. So anyways, the Uniball kind of has a different effect when you draw over Mod Podge. And I don't want that. I want the lines to kind of be more what the Uniball is. And so when the cards are done, then I'm going to use my Mod Podge. I decided that I'm going to relabel it because this is what I always thought it was until a couple weeks ago. But Mod Podge at the end for me. So I'm using my glue stick to get everything down. Is that? Yeah, that's a good idea, Martha. Fat or water? Fat or water? That's what I meant. Is the light still on? No, the light's not on. There it is. I don't think that helped. Is there enough light on my art? The light's not staying on. Cassie is an angel. I used Mod Podge on the same vintage 1930s era magazine paper and the red ink bled into the collage. Sadly, yes. I'm sorry about that. Okay, it's fine. That's good. Yeah, I think that accessibility is an issue with art. The harder it is to get to the art, the more likely it is that we don't get to the art. Um, I don't know if it's possible to have like a portable little tray or something that you could put some stuff on, like minimal drawing and painting stuff, or like a little watercolor set and a little watercolor pad, and you can bring it downstairs like in a tray, and then you could trade the tray out every now and then. When you want to work on something else, you could bring other pieces down to work on. um I brought a sketchbook and some tracing paper. I made a little zine out of trace of the vellum I have that I draw the cats on. I made a zine, so a folded book. This is one that's I cut in half because I started a cat zine, and then on the folded down page there was another cat, and I hated it, so I cut the zine in half to add on to it. Long story short, you can make a little zine and have an instant little sketchbook that you can take with you anywhere you want. And I did that with this paper. So in the home bus, which is all the way over there, about, I don't know, 30 steps. But all the way over there is where I sleep at night. And I made a little vellum sketchbook so that I could sketch cats over there when I'm not in the art bus. And I also took my sketchbook and a Uniball pen over there so that I could sketch. Instead of coming in here, I can be like winding down for bed and sketching, or I can wake up and sketch. So that's the plan. Um, I did just do that the other day and I haven't sketched in it yet, but I also probably need to move it down off the top shelf because now I can't reach it easily. But um, yeah, having art things nearby can help eliminate the excuses of or talking yourself out of it. Beth is leaving. Okay. Bye, Beth. Thanks for coming in. Hey, cooking up. Let's see, Martha. I had my art stuff up here in the bedroom, moved it all downstairs. Now I have it back upstairs, so that's gonna happen this week. Good. Ooh, Liquitex matte medium. Ooh, girl. Wait a second. Reaching over. This says matte gel. Is that the same thing? Might use that instead of Mod Podge to test that little yeah, might do that. See how the pen works on that. I think that's the same thing, right? Decided the other day that Winter probably has like 100 whiskers around his nose. Never gonna draw that many, but he does have quite a bit. Oh, I have the clear gesso and it's like toothy. If that's what you mean by the grip, it's like has a sandpaper feeling on it. I did try that. I think that's what I used to when I first did the cards and they're blank, like out of the box. They have this little bit of a sheen to them, so I was worried about that. Turns out I'm not worried about it anymore. It's like more of a matte sheen. But anyways, I was doing the clear gesso and it had the toothy sandpapery feel. And I realized I didn't need to do that anymore, so I stopped. Uh, yeah, over here. I think I'm gonna finally use my flowers on this one, the big flowers I made, maybe the mushroom too, I don't know. I was thinking of, where are my big flowers? Oh, maybe not if I can't find them. Hmm. Oh, I know what I did with them. One of you will know what I did with them too, soon when the mail comes. I can draw a bigger flower. I can draw big flowers again. It wasn't a one-time thing. Oh man, I forgot that I did that. Anyways, I'm grateful for y'all and the time that I can come in here and do this. It means a lot to me, and yeah, it's good stuff. Oops. Use my smaller brush. Use the bigger brush on this one. What do I use to write words on cards? Some of you might remember I'm gonna make this is gonna be an affirmation deck of sorts. Um, my plan is to do like one word per card, and there's gonna be 52 cards, so that'll be like a word. I pull the card, and if this said, hmm, you know, grateful or whatever, then that would be I would make up an affirmation in my head or in my, I would just speak an affirmation that comes out when I see the word grateful. And maybe every day that changes for that week, you know. But anyways, to answer your question, um, what I'm planning on doing, so you can use a paint pen. Um, like you could pick a metallic paint pen or a white paint pen or whatever, a contrasting paint pen. Um, I might tear a little piece of art, a little piece of paper, and then write on the paper and then glue the paper on here. So it's kind of like, uh, I have it in my head, but let me see if I can emulate it real quick. Like, let's say this is the paper, and then maybe I write it with this pen. This is just an example. And then I could paint that or whatever, and then I'm gonna glue that onto the card and maybe do an outline or a color or something like that. So I don't think I'm gonna write directly on the card. I'm gonna write on pieces of torn paper and then attach it to the card in a spot that I find appealing at the time. Maybe like there, I would do that on that card. Is that is that helpful? So that'll be a whole nother project that I'm gonna take on. I might start doing that sooner so that it's not all at once. Yeah. All right. I want to put some kind of nature element on here. I took a picture, you guys. I took a picture of winter this week. Let me show it to you. Where's the iPad? I'll let that dry for a second before I start working on the illustration. Um, there it is. Okay. Uh, so I pretty much whenever we walk the cats, which is every day, I just carry my phone around and take constant pictures of them so that I have photos for resources. But I look down and he is underneath this, I believe it's a buckeye tree and a little one, and the leaves were on his back, and it just blew my mind. It blew my mind. I was like, "Oh my gosh." So, now I have this whole thing in my head about drawing the cats with nature elements, like, tattooed on them. So, that's kinda my idea there. I'm gonna do this, but I also am like, "Wow, I have so many different nature ideas to kinda paint on the cat." So, yeah, that was a new thought that came out of the catwalks. Okay. So I gave away my big flowers. Let's do a mushroom and maybe draw some other flowers. Oh, you can see a face. Let's see. Okay, so that idea was helpful. Good. Well, I don't have the best handwriting either, but I try to just slow down, and because it's one word, I can take my time, and I embrace my scribblies now. Like, I have a little bit of pain and aches in my hand, so I just try to be loose, and you can just even do like a couple of scratches, and it gives a cool little handmade. um this isn't this more this one looks a little bit angsty, but you know what I'm trying to say. Just play with it and don't um just keep it simple and you'll have fun with it. I have no doubt. My papers that had some art on it. Put some flowers here. Maybe like this mushroom. Yeah. I always am torn. Haha. I'm torn about tearing. Am I going to tear or am I going to cut? I think I'm going to tear, she says as she's tearing. I want to keep that. Tear it. I like the rough edges sometimes, and I love the act of tearing. It feels, I don't know if primitive is the right word, but it feels like it just feels good, you know? Before machines, we had our hands and we just used them for all the shit. And then we got machines and everything became easier and more machiney. There we go. I like that. I think these guys I'll cut because I'm not gonna be able to tear that out. Yeah, later. Oh, Allie, I do too. I see faces everywhere. I just didn't see a face in that, but I'm gonna go back and look. I also took a really funny picture that I posted on my stories. I think that's kind of the only thing I'm doing still on Instagram is posting stories, but I'm not doing much else there. Um, but it was the happiest little dead leaf I ever saw. I don't, did you guys see that? It might be on my iPad photos. I showed it to my husband and he just looked at it and he's like, "What am I looking at here?" I'm like, "The leaf is smiling." Oh, yeah. Nope, that's not the right password. Do it again. You guys don't use my password now. Okay, where's the face on this? I'm not seeing it yet. I had to find the leaf. Let me get over here. It might not have backed up. Hmm. Well, I'm not going to spend any more time looking for it, but I will find it and post it on the YouTube post. Whip. Sorry, all you guys. I didn't mean to drop you. So if you're new, I am working on a collage. If you're just joining us, I'm working on a collage that I started last week. It's a bigger version of my cat cards. And I quickly learned that it's harder to complete a bigger version in one sitting. So I've been working on this guy today because I would like to finish it and not add it to the shelf of unfinished art. I know you know what I mean. I'll do that there. I might do that. I don't know yet. Just kind of going with whatever pops in my head right now. It's not the glue stick. There it is. Oh, from the tail, it's an upside down face. I will have to go back to it. So my husband just outed himself. Cooking Up Memories is my husband. If you see him on the chat, I guess he is at a place at work where he can watch my video. But yeah, he did get it eventually. It's funny because I saw it so clearly, just like Caroline saw the upside down face in Winter's Tale, and I have yet to see it. But that's the beauty of being an individual, because we all see things differently. So art can be so unique. I haven't decided if I'm going to glue that down. I think I am. I think I like that. I'm gonna add some more lines before I glue over that. And I see a little bit more underneath there. I gotta wait a second and drop my crayon. Okay. Looks darker in here now. Hmm. It's important not to do that. Put glue on the back of your painting. Ooh, oh, that's a good idea. I like that. Haven't done that before. Do that over here too. Hmm, interesting. Yeah, that's what I love about doing this thing is that things just come, you know? Like I hadn't thought about putting gold or bronze. This one's gold. I really miss my bronze pen. But it's not a really big difference. It's subtle, but I know like I'm noticing it and I much prefer the bronze. But anyways, I had been putting the bronze or the gold just on the brown paper, but wow, it just pops on that tissue paper. It's really neat. Um, Wendy, I do not have my words made up yet. I have been thinking about them, but I haven't actually. I've written down a few, I think, in my notes app, but I haven't really gotten all 52 together yet. And I am strongly anti AI now for ideas and um, whatever. I used AI in the past until I learned more about it. I used AI to help me figure out things and help me like iron out my ideas, and I used AI to help me with words. And then I decided I'm not using AI anymore. I want to think for myself. I want to come up with my own words. I used to love writing. I can do that again. I have that ability. I don't need to talk to a robot about it anymore. So yeah, I quit. Um, and it's been really lovely. But I feel like I'm still using it when I Google things because you always get the AI overview or something like that, but I've I have no AI prompt apps on my phones or iPads or anything, and I don't use it to help me deliberately. It happens automatically in Google, but I don't use it on purpose to come up with words or come up with concepts or stories or whatever. Like I have that ability, so I'm gonna tap into my own thing, and it just hasn't been something that I've taken the time to do yet. But I know when I look at these cards, some things are going to stand out at me, like perseverance stands out to me on this one because um or focus, something like that. Like winter is he sees something and he's going after it. So that's what happens. Like, and that's what's going to happen when I look at the cards, and I will just make little, I'll probably use like sticky notes or something. But I probably need to coat these soon because they're getting kind of messed up. So I need to do that. I need to put that on a list of things to do. Feel like my inner alley is coming out and I'm just kind of going out of the lines, getting funky with it. Because I never would have, I don't know that I would have ever gone out like I've been coloring in the lines so much, you know? Oh, I'm so excited. That's a compliment, by the way, Allie. I don't know if you heard it, but no, anyways, I um I like figuring new things out on something that I've been doing for weeks. It's the process is always like this was my very first card, and the process has changed so much since then. Um, so yeah, it's pretty neat to see things evolve and just figuring like new things that pop up that like this putting gold or bronze or whatever on different parts that aren't brown. Well, I've made up the rules that I've been following, but I keep forgetting that I can change those. There's a little more glue under it. You go with my bad self. Oh man. How cool would it be to do like a art retreat together? Man, that would be cool. Feel like that's something that could happen maybe in a while. I genuinely like you guys. I'm really thankful that the YouTube world showed us each other. Yeah, art retreat. Yeah, I like this idea. Hmm, got my wheels turning now. Hmm. Do something different on this white. This is a lot of white. I don't know if I'm doing what I'm doing, but I'm trying it. That probably only made sense to myself. Ugh. Oh my god. Okay. Mm, might hate this. Might not. Might have should have maybe picked a different color. I don't know. It breaks up the white. That's what I wanted to do. So that's accomplishing that purpose. Well, good. Yeah. Uh, I'm glad you've been here. I hope you have a blessed day too. That's awesome, Jerry. It would be awesome to have you. I don't I don't have anything figured out about it, but I know that, the idea is there now and we can go from there. There is This is a little bit of a private campground here. I just don't know of all the little available mm, places that we can sleep and stuff like that. But that would be really cool. I'm writing this down on my list of things to kind of look for or manifest an art retreat. Well, I've made some progress today on this. I didn't do any black on the front yet. Honestly, if this is all I like took away from it, like getting the gold out into other worlds or like going over a little bit here and there, that was that's a result of exploring. So that's really a big, huge thing for me today. But I hope y'all will send my kitty Butch good vibes for his little tummy. I might have to take him to the vet this week. Um, he is having some tummy issues, it appears. It's times like this where I wish that they could like just tell us, hey, that food is upsetting me, or oh, I wish I wouldn't drink out of the creek, or whatever the thing is. I don't know. Don't worry about them. But Winter isn't having any issues, so I'm kind of confused. Well, he just might be a sensitive tummy guy. Hmm. Yeah. Feel better, kitty. It is. Okay, you got your pop tent and can cook over an open fire. My kind of girl. An art retreat in the Smokies. Allie, what are you asking me about? I know that line from man, what was the name of that show? With the adopted kids. The rich white guy adopted the two black boys. Brain fart. But anyways, what am I talking about? Okay. Well, we got to figure this out. I don't know what too hot is. You have to send me a temperature range so I can figure out that uh too hot to me is like Florida hot. But what are you talking about, Allie, when you said what are you talking about? Below 80. Okay. Different strokes. There we go. Um below 80. That might be the fall, but that's a ways away. Um I don't know what I was talking about, Allie. I'm sorry. All right. I um woo, yeah, think I'm going to be leaving this not for another week. I'm going to work on this. This is a priority to finish. I'm feeling it. I have other things I want to finish too, but this I certainly can finish that this week. And thank you. He will be. I know it. It's just stressful, when they hold on a minute. There we go. Is that right? Yeah. I hope you have a good score at the thrift store. Forgot what you were referring to. Okay. Well, you're in good company because I do that all the time. Yeah, have fun at the thrift store. Uh, maybe you could show us your haul in the community post. I have figured out how to get to there sooner, and YouTube started showing it to me more, so that's good. Um, yeah, my word of the week is believe. All right then. I appreciate that, Martha. Thank you. I hope you all have a good week this week, and keep creating, keep being kind to yourself. Remember to be kind to others. We all don't know what we're going through. Sometimes I'm at the store and I'm like, wow, I can feel my face looks like, you know, I'm angry or sad. Like that's my resting face sometimes. But other times, I'm thinking about something that has nothing to do with what's going on and it's heavy, So uh yeah, we never know what people are going through. But I hope y'all have a good week, and we'll see you Friday on the video, next week on the live, and the art retreat wheels are in motion. So if that sounds appealing to you, I think I can maybe put that together for a small crew here in East Tennessee. Yeah, maybe it'll be the first of many. But yeah. All right, y'all. We'll talk soon, and go make something. Go doodle. Throw some paint on a wall, on a paper. You know what I'm saying? See you later. I guess I gotta actually use the phone to do it. But yeah, appreciate y'all.